Hi, happy Thursday, and welcome to Now, the fun news show hosted by me, Curtis P. Today we're kicking the entire show off by talking about some super amazing Sims 3 type news. If you're a big fan of The Sims 2 Open for Business, you know that like expansion pack where you could like take any everyday object and you're like, I'm gonna sell that! I.e. you just place a bunch of toilets in a line and you're like, I sell toilets now in my game. Well, it's a good day for you because the Sims 3 type of Open for Business sort of pack could be soon coming to The Sims 3 courtesy of the Sims 3 online store. A tweet by Sim Guru Smitty kind of teases the idea of an open for business aspect coming to The Sims 3 in the future. This of course could be provided by a special register that we may or may not see kind of in this picture. Kind of right there, not really entirely sure. But anyway, the tweet of course goes on to say, what are you doing? I sure hope you paid for that. Of course implying to the fact that you're laying on the bed. And did you pay for that? Because you need to pay for that before you lay on the bed. Which would, of course, in the grand scheme of things, imply the fact that you can now sell things in The Sims. Bum, 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 bum. Which is cool. So in the future, look out for a video of me being like behind a register in sim form, selling a whole bunch of toilets. And ping pong tables, because they go hand in hand. Though at the current time, just to let you know, there has been no announcement, so it's just kind of like speculation. So sorry to get your hopes up, but there's nothing yet. All right, moving away from gaming news onto war type news, which is actually kind of related to gaming news. It's kind of crazy. Also, this is kind of crazy. I don't know what this is. For the first time ever, an autonomous aircraft has landed on an aircraft carrier. This is pretty freaking sweet because, you know, it's like computers and science and wada! Which, for the people who don't understand, Curtis speak is amazing. The X-47B drone landed on the USS George H.W. Bush yesterday off the coast of Virginia. The drone itself is developed by Northrop Grumman and it's able to actually take off, refuel while in air, and land without any human intervention. That means like unlike a traditional like remote control drone where you just have a pilot like stationed on the ground, this thing is all its own. Like it can think on its own, it's able to take off, refuel in air, and land by just being like, dude, I'm gonna land this plane. Okay, push the button. Okay, dude, that thing's gonna land. I'm gonna go get some coffee. Then the plane proceeds to land on an aircraft carrier. Keeping in mind, landing on an aircraft carrier by many pilots' stances is like an extremely hard thing to do. So for a robot to be able to do this, crazy, awesome. All at the same time. Though of course the thought comes to mind, this kind of raises some ethical questions about war because like, you know, it's unmanned warfare now and this thing's thinking on its own and it's like I'm not like gonna go Terminator here, but like at what point do you like, let's just send the drones and let's go get some beers. And then, you know, where the drones actually attack, the people on the ground are like, how the fuck do we fight these? It doesn't live. Up next, from robots in the sky, they're totally going to kill us all, to human-powered hoverbikes. It's a reality, people. It has happened. The premise of this entire story, a 33-year-old prize was actually claimed today by University of Toronto engineers. Atlas is its name, and it climbed to 3.3 meters and stayed there for 64 seconds while all under human power. The reason the engineers did this, of course, is because of the 33-year-old prize to develop a bike like this. The rules being that it must be human-powered and it must fly for 1 minute, fly 3 meters above the ground, and take off and land within like a 10-meter area. So of course it must be steerable. It can't just like float around all over the place. Since they developed the bike that actually could do this, they got $250,000. This being for developing a bike that weighs 52 kilograms, has 4 20.4 meter diameter like rotors on either side to like spin up propellers, you know, thing. And of course the entire thing spans 58 meters. So it's not something that's gonna fit in your garage. So props go out to all the amazing people at the University of Toronto who made this thing possible. Congrats on building a bike that will of course raise you $250,000. It's amazingly awesome, and I can't buy it and I don't really want to buy it, but congratulations. Next up, from the Hoverbike to a planet that rains glass. This planet, uncovered by the NASA Hubble telescope, actually rains glass sideways. It's a Jupiter-sized planet, and because of its 4,500 mile-per-hour winds, that of course propels very small amounts of particles of like silica through the atmosphere, creating of course glass rain. The reason for all of this is due to the planet's extreme close proximity to its star. Now, not much more is known about this planet itself, but NASA is currently looking into it because it's a planet that rains glass. you don't come across one of those too often, I don't think. All right, so talking about modern warfare here, not the video game, like actual real life. Do you think future wars will be fought by robots, and do you think it's ethically right? Like, of course, you know, the mass amount of robots, you can just send them out there to fight against like living beings. Is that right? You can let me know in the comment section down below, or hey, you can always let me know on my Facebook page, through Twitter, or on Google+. Links to all that and the other topics I talked about in today's episode in the description down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to hit up that like button and subscribe for more great free now content every single day of the week. So until tomorrow, I'm Curtis Parody, and that's what's happening now. Watch out for the robots. They're gonna kill us all.